Well, the real got real. Uh, the final got really final, and it just seemed like people were just done with certain situations, and that's basically what went on. Let's talk about it.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for part 3 of the season 5 reunion of Married to Medicine. As I said, the real of the whole situation, it just got even more real as we went forward. Starting with Quad and Gregory, that whole thing just imploded. It just got uglier. We got the story of this woman, whoever that story just didn't gel for me. That story is bullshit. Something's wrong with that story. There's pieces missing from that story. As a person who's actually been cheated on before, I think she was doing a really good job with handling that story. And I think holding on to whatever it was that she chose to hold on for that story, me personally, it would have never worked. I would have not. It happened about a year ago. Baby, I'd already been broke up. It just didn't. Mm-mm, 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 no. What happened to I gathered the whole thing of, okay, so it was me and a friend, this, that, thing, and the other, and we took these two girls. Then I never heard anything more about the second couple. Where'd the second couple go to? I heard no more about it. I heard you said you got there, you changed your mind, you left. She stayed. She got the receipt for the room. I don't know. I don't know. So you paid for the room for both, or did y'all separate out? What? Something ain't right. Something ain't right. But whether you did it or you didn't do it, you're guilty. You're guilty, and the problem is this dismissive behavior when it comes to her feelings. That's where the problem is. This need to lean on the fact that she's dramatic. What the fuck? She's dramatic. That's who she is. She ain't never been anything else but dramatic. So all of that is just bullshit. All of that looked very bad on Dr. Greg. And it just got to a point where it was really, I got to a point where I don't want to hear no more. I don't want to hear anymore. I don't care. I don't care. What I need to know next is what you gonna do. You staying or you leaving? Because all this back and forth, around and around, I heard enough of it. So that's the next step. Whether you staying or you leaving. That's it. Until you figure that out, we won't talk about it no more. We don't. We don't. And then Curtis. You fucker. You're not the authority on nothing. Do you understand that? You need to sit there and you need to shut the fuck up. You don't need to be telling nobody nothing. You don't need to be trying to diffuse nothing, nor trying to give anybody any advice. You just shut up. When we get started with the whole Cecil After they defuse the quad and Gregory's situation, we start in on the facts about the Cecil and Simone situation, and that's what took most of this episode was the Cecil and Simone situation. And of course, Simone was still in her yelling phase, and she's upset and all of that. And there came a point where Curtis basically tried to diffuse Simone. You don't say nothing to her. You shut the fuck up. Who are you to try to diffuse her? Why? Because you can diffuse Jackie? Man, if you don't shut the hell up, moly, and mind your damn business. That got up underneath my skin so bad. I said, oh no, you shut the fuck up. You shut up, ugly. I just couldn't with him. Before I go any further on that, the one thing that I saw that Jackie kind of got where I was with the Quad and Gregory thing, when she turned around and told Greg, what you need to be doing is listen to what she say, apologize, and then don't say nothing. Don't say no but. There is no but. And that's why I was like, yeah, it was so hard to watch because he kept on, well, yeah, I did this, that, and the other. But the blame is always being put back to her. I did something wrong, but I did it wrong because she, which was the thing that he was saying all season long about Jackie and Curtis. Done with that. Okay, I'm done with that. I'm done. Moving on. So Cecil and Simone. In short, Cecil's trying to put up a tough front where he's actually broken. And you're trying to be tough because that bitch that you're married to is mean as hell. So you're trying to be tough to counteract her mean when your ass is really soft and you fucked it up and it's not by yourself. Y'all done fucked it up. But you done tried to be mean back to her and now you done got some shit that you don't really want and you don't know how to back this bitch up. That's what I saw. You don't know how to back her up because she's a bitch. Now, Simone is very much a bitch. You got her in full out bitch and she's on it. The bitch is ready to fight now. She don't want to fight for the Bears no more. She wants to fight you. And you don't know how to back her up off of you. And thank God for this show. Thank God for this show because things took a really weird turn. They took a break and they went off. And everybody jumped on Cecil. Because I think they kind of sing. Cecil didn't seem so convincing that he was done. You know what I mean? And they're like, listen, you gotta stop all this bullshit. All this, I'm tough, I'm done, you need to stop that because it wasn't nothing but a facade. You want Simone, you want your marriage, you want to stay as a unit. You ain't even trying to feel all that shit that Simone's talking. Now, Simone, on the other hand, that bitch is done. That bitch was done. She had enough. She's tired of your ass. She's sick of that bitch. What is that whore's name? Tammy. She's sick of that whore. She's tired of talking about her. She's done. She's done. She's gone into full out bitch. She's out there in the middle of the street windmilling, and you still hold your hands like this. But that bitch is out there windmilling, and you don't know how to get her to stop. So thank God for the show, like I said, because everybody jumped on Cecil and was like, listen, fuck all the shit you doing. Just shut up and let us help you, basically, is basically what happened. And they were able to reel Simone in. And Toya played a big part of it because she was just out there. And then when Toya got a chance to speak to her on her own, Toya was able to talk her down some. So Toya did good. And then coupled on with when they came back, Heavenly's whole demeanor had changed. So now Heavenly was at a point where she wasn't in her asshole realm and she was just genuine Heavenly. And there was a fear that this shit is like really I'm watching this shit break apart in front of my face. And all the blame game had went away. Mariah had put her bitch back in her purse and jumped in and stopped being, the whole self-centered Mariah wasn't even there. It was like Mariah the friend. Mariah was there. And they all played some parts in getting Simone out of the street windmilling. And eventually they got her to stop windmilling. And Toya took the seat behind Simone. And they sat Cecil's ass down in the seat next to Simone. And they got to stop that fucking swinging, bitch. Stop windmilling, bitch. It's going to be okay. I'm not going to hit you back, so stop windmilling. And at first, she was real hard ass with it. She wasn't trying to hear what Cecil was saying. She wasn't trying to hear that shit. She was, when you'd be done, you'd be done. I understand. I've been there. She was done. But then he finally was able to get through when he dropped that tear. And she looked up in his face and his ass was pitiful, which you should have been pitiful probably a year ago. You sit up there, but you trying to think you can fight. You can't beat her. You can't beat her. Not on that front. That bitch be windmilling. And you can't get a hit in. And you done fucked up and got too far out there in the street with her. But he dropped that little tear in them eyes, got all red, honey, and puffy, and she was listening, and he got her. He got her. He got her. And so she's going to reconsider. And it's good. And we all happy. Because we want them two together. We don't want you apart. And whoever I can't believe you allowed Cecil, this bitch, to come in there. And when Simone said the bitch stayed 8 days at her house, knowing that y'all had problems, she live in Atlanta, and she come there and stay 8 days in your house? Cecil, you need your motherfucking ass whooped. 8 hours for a bitch that your wife don't want you around is pushing it. 8 days is a burial. There were like shovels laying all around you and you didn't even realize it. You were going to be buried, you dumbass. So anyway, after a lot of back and forth and a lot of convincing, Simone gonna give it a try. And Cecil was just happy as a sissy in Big Dick Boys Town. I said, Lord have mercy. A mess. It turned out for the best. It did. It turned out for the best. Everybody put their bullshit to the side. Everybody. Mariah, Quad, everybody. They all put their bullshit to the side. They got Simone back on track. They got Simone and Cecil back on track. They did it collectively as a group. And I think Andy ain't did nothing. Andy was literally in shock of what he had actually just experienced with his employees. He didn't do anything. He can't take credit for anything other than keeping the show on the network and keeping things moving, because I think if there was no show, that would have been a marriage lost. The reunion, it just, the planets lined up. And I think even if Cecil and Simone don't make it, at least they'll have turned over every rock before they got to the end. But I think they're going to be all right. Quad and Gregory, baby, they're done. They're done. And I still say they're going to be all right. The two of them are going to be all right. After they jumped on Gregory, Simone let his ass have it. She let his ass have it. After that, he got it. He got it. He's just arrogant and he's bitchy, and he got it, but it's too late. Your wife is she's already she didn't stop windmilling. She didn't stop windmilling. She didn't went and start washing the goddamn Vaseline and shit off her face. She's done with it, and I don't even see a reverse for you. So she gonna be all right with a separation, and you damn well might as well get ready to be all right with a separation, because I think you done fucked your marriage up. You done blew it. I think that's pretty much done. I really do. I think that's done. Heavenly did make comment about now feeling more comfortable to actually open up more, because she's been playing the game guarded. She's been playing. She admitted to playing the game guarded because she thought that the show would destroy her marriage, and she's been playing the game guarded. So she says, she's going to open up more. So that was good to see. Next season, I think is going to be very interesting. I think we're going to get to see Cecil and Simone taking a go at fixing their shit. I think we're going to go ahead and see the demise of Dr. G and Quad, and them learning to be separate. And strangely enough, I think we're going to get to see Mariah possibly end up back in the group as a more active part. And guess what? I ain't even fighting about it. I ain't fighting about it. I think that it may actually be interesting to see if she can hold her crazy off and go on ahead and be a part of the group, or will she let her divadom fuck it up? Because right now, right where we ended, she's at a good place to kind of sort of get her peach back, if you will. Um, she could be melded back into the group at this point. But if you start playing that game of I am the queen and they all need to bow to me because they all owe me, it's just going to fuck you back up and you'll be thrown back out. And after all this going on, I don't think anybody really has the patience for that bullshit. So I'm open to see how that's going to play out. Um, let's see how far away you can keep your crazy. Yeah, Jackie and Curtis, I guess they're gonna be all right. Eugene and Tori is cool right now. Daddy and Heavenly got some shit that they ain't talked about with us. And I think that they're probably going to talk about it a little bit in the upcoming season. Um, Contessa and her husband, they good. They good. They're good. Stay away from that motherfucking nanny and y'all be alright. That's basically it. It was, you know what? It was, they did a good job. This was the first time I've seen, since I've been watching reality TV, that I've seen a 3-part reunion and none of the parts were boring. Each part played through as necessary. It's the first time. So kudos to Barry to Edison. And I still say y'all need to be put back on Sunday. And right there is where I'm going to end Andy, you bastard. Sunday. I'll see you guys next season.